Nemitz poked at that. And picked up by Bedard. Up for Stankoven. Rick Whitey goes to Clark. Greg Clark drops. Bedard winds back. Connor Bedard works it back towards the goal. A backdoor pass by Waugh. That's picked up by Maxim Sturbach. Slovaks are changing. Bedard winds back in. Finds Dean to the backhand shot that goes wide. Connor Bedard enters this game on a remarkable and unprecedented role. A chance to break the all-time record for points by a Canadian at the World Junior Championship. He's also got the career goals target in tight.
The expectations were high, and he has
exceeded them
by a mile.
And Bedard lays that down to Hines. Lead pass for Waugh is broken up.
Through the legs is not only for in front of the net. Apparently, it's also for along the boards to create the angle necessary to make the good pass.
Stolen by Stankoven. In for Bedard. Here he comes. Scores! Bedard, Canada's all-time goal-scoring leader. With one shot, he moves by Eberle for goals and Lindros for points. All-time for Canada. Connor Bedard, the 17-year-old from North Vancouver, BC. Grew up idolizing Sidney Crosby. And now passes Jordan Eberle for first place on Canada's all-time goal-scoring list.
Quite a run of his own.
Wow, looking ahead for Bedard. Picks it out. In comes Connor Bedard. Shoots him a sharp angle. And Diane makes a save on that and hangs up. And another one. Stankoven takes it this time.
Yeah, he got someone's getting something.
Funchek.
And here they go after Bedard. Watch him get after Bedard in the front of the net as well.
Mishak went after Bedard.
The thing about Connor Bedard, though, Gord, he's used to teams trying to do this to him.
Yeah.
And he's been used to it for years. Anything they can try to get him off his game, whether it's physical, whether it's talking to him, whether it's pushing and shoving, whatever it might be, he just keeps on playing. First, here's the chance. The tight angle shot almost catches Guyan off the post. He battles it around a little bit.
Lead pass for Waugh. That misfired. Sturbach goes back. Waugh steals it from him. Waugh throws it back in front for Bedard. Couldn't find his equipment. Now Stankoven back with it. Stankoven winds his way back. Logan Stankoven drops it off. In comes Del Mastro. Feeds it back in front. Bedard tapped that wide. Zellweger winds in and shoots. Pat saving a good one by Guyan.
It's more than that. Watch how you have to work. Simone Nemitz, big, strong defender. You got to work to get open. Move your stick, and he does. He, with the quick feet and the quick hands, he's able to bounce around Nemitz. Eventually find a way to get his stick on this potential pass in front with that great work. Slovakia holding true to their plan. They said they want to make it physical. They want to make it unpleasant as much as they can for Connor Bedard, and they're trying to. It's where when you're planning on kind of like skirting the rules that you make it so public.
Clark drops it off to Bedard. Walks in, holds, gets it back, feeds it back. Backhand shot wide by Hoffman. Hoffman back for Bedard. Bedard dances around Repchi. Shoots again. That's blocking. Gets it right back and fires. It goes off a stick up and out of play. And now Canada will get the power play. On the power play, Zellweger to Bedard, who was in the box in the first one. Zellweger back across to Gunther. Dylan Gunther tried to throw that back. It was poke checked away by Natney. Zellweger drops that back to Bedard. Connor Bedard works it across the line. And Bedard drops that back to Zellweger. Owen Zellweger back for Bedard. Lots of traffic in front. Bedard drops that back to Zellweger. For Bedard. Cross ice pass. Go through a hard shot.
Connor, one shot, one goal is all it took. You surpassed Eric Lindros and Jordan Eberle for most points and goals at this tournament. How does it feel?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it at all. We're in a tough game here, obviously, so I'm not really focused on that right now.
When teams are focused on shutting you down, how do you approach that?
You know, I just got to try to play my game, and you know, I'm playing with some pretty good players, so you know, they make it easy on me.
What has to happen for Canada to be successful tonight?
I think we got to play a little simpler. Sounds cliche. I feel like that's what we're saying when we're not, you know, going to our best. But you know, when we got the guys we got, if we're in there and they're not gonna have a very good time.
I knew he'd react exactly like that.
Yeah.
Because when we talked the other day, the records are nice and everything. He'll probably smile after the game when they ask him about it if they win the game.
Standard business for him.
Doesn't care. Just wants to win the game, wants to win the gold medal. Besides maybe an OT winner, is there a better way to break the goal record, the points record, than the first goal in a packed house in Canada of a quarterfinal game?
It's an unbelievable goal, James, and there's a golden rule in hockey. When a superstar player is on the ice, you cannot turn it over because it ends up on their stick when they're the last man back, and they're going to make you pay and put it into the net.
He is now above two of the greatest World Junior players ever. Eric Lindros in points, Jordan Eberle in goals.
All belong now to Connor Bedard, and he's not done yet.
As a 17-year-old, and that should not be underestimated.
It's amazing how many pucks he gets a piece of on the forecheck. Not necessarily the most physical forechecker, but he's able to track them down, deflect them, interrupt, and look for his chance. In this one, he's trying to go through his legs in a little tip drill.
Joshua Waugh trying to flip that rink wide, picked up by Bedard. Bedard walks across the top, long shot, drifts wide. Stankoven trying to tap that back. Scooped up by Jolka and Korchinski. Crisp rink wide pass for Bedard. Flips it back ahead for Waugh. Waugh plays that back to the side of the goal, picked up by Stankoven. Now Bedard goes after it. Tied up by Kometz, picked up by Stankoven. And now Bedard jam play at the side of the goal. It's on the goal again, and those turns that away. Now Bedard back on it. Moves out along with Gaucher. Nathan Gaucher works it and shoots, and Nemet's got a piece of that. And the line held by Zellweger. Down to Bedard. Bedard in, shoots, just missed.
Earlier, there's that no-looker release as Connor Bedard throws everything he has into the shot. That sails just over the crossbar.
Bedard taps it back to Zellweger. Zellweger to Bedard. Slides that down often. Finds it back and scores!
Talk about winning the faceoff. So important because now allows the tired group to not have to chase it. And the stick of the defender in front gets caught up.
See Bedard jawing there with Petrovsky.
And a penalty ensued.
Oh, Allen shoots. Waugh in front.
And then a power play goal because of it.
Bedard back after it. Keeps the puck right on the line. Bedard feeds across. Stankoven shoots. Guy in the save.
And here's this puck pursuit and stick skills. Little 10 and 2 off Dahlin smiling somewhere. But the stick lift turnover keep by Connor Bedard. We've seen an awful lot of it.
Josh Waugh plays it around.
Right up.
Lead pass for Bedard that skipped away from him. Icing was waved off. Guy plays it up. Bedard shoots. That tip. Gunther has a power play goal in the game. Up ahead for Bedard. He finds Wright. Back for Bedard. In. Bedard shoots. Just missed wide. Gunther back with it. Down to Hoffman. He finds Wright. Back to Bedard, who once again holds the line. Bedard winds in on Bocha. Centers it. Bounces back across to Gunther. Dylan Gunther. Back for Zellweger. To Gunther. Walks right in. Gunther waits. Sends it back in front. Just missed right. Bedard's got it back. Back for Zellweger. Flips across to Gunther. Back to Zellweger. He finds Bedard open. And Bedard spins that back to Zellweger. To Bedard. To the goal mouth. Off it. Back to right. Shoot.
Well, good chance here. A little give and go ladder play. And a little tap by Batchel. Throws Bedard off. Shoots it just wide.
Joshua Waugh brings that back down. Bedard and Stankoven after it. Give it away to Bedard. Throws it back in front. That was blocked.
We've praised Connor Bedard endlessly, and he's deserved it all in this tournament, but it has to take the heat as well, and a couple of mistakes on that goal.
Yeah, we talked about turnovers, James. In the first period, the Slovaks had their turn, and in the second period, it was Connor Bedard. We talked about his brilliance all tournament. Loses the puck and then can't get back. Has it just inside the blue line. Everybody says, except for Connor Bedard, you got to make a play there. He doesn't do it. Then you're going to see the two Canada defenders sliding along the ice, and the Slovaks put it away. They look sloppy, and it's a lot of tension after that. But watch the defenders. Everybody goes down. You got a big problem, and the Slovaks made them play on that particular play.
And Connor Bedard, with every point, with every play, he seems to pass another total. So now he's got the Canada record for most assists in a single tournament, passing Jason Allison.
Bedard racing to it. Gets a stick on that. Bedard kicks that back to Waugh. Waugh shoots him a sharp angle. Guyan got his glove on that to knock that to the corner. Get back at the point is Funta. Feeds across. Simon Nemeth shoots. That deflects wide. Stankoven waiting for it. And Logan Stankoven pokes that into Bedard. Out with Waugh. In comes Connor Bedard. Gets a step. Butek and fired that wide. Del Mastro up for Bedard. And Bedard swings back. Connor Bedard winds through, and 5 Slovaks close in on him. Finds Grove. Turned over to Bedard. Connor Bedard on the line, feeds out ahead, but brought back by Repchik. Del Mastro. Up ahead for Waugh, chips that back to Bedard. In comes Connor Bedard, shoots, and makes the save. He was looking the other way for the rebound. Moved to Green Bay of the USHL in December. Bedard picks that free. Connor Bedard pivots back, throws it in front for Stankovic, jammed it short side. Waugh back on it. Trying to knock that free. Petrovsky breaks out with Meshar. Slides that down. Milic leaves that there for Del Mastro. Up ahead for Bedard. Connor Bedard winds it across the line. In comes Bedard. Poke check there by Funtek. Now Bedard throws it back in front. Bouncing puck picked up by Waugh. Waugh backhand shot. That's blocked. Loose puck. Stankovic feeds across. Bedard shoots. Oh, what a save! Rebound put wide by Bedard.
What a chance on Bedard's stick of all people. Funtek challenges it and then blocks it into his shin pad. And he just expects this to go in every single time. Had to corral it, and Funtek just finds a way to get a piece. He cannot believe it. Rare show of emotion. He's very cool, very composed. Tells you how badly he wants that next one.
Bedard's got it, along with Waugh and Stankovic jumping in. Bedard moves in and chips that down to Waugh. Now scooped back up and brought up by Petrovsky. Meshar for Petrovsky. Winds in, feeds that back down. Hines reaching for it. Hines reaches there for Bedard. Took a bad bounce off the stanchion. At the point, held by Komet. Back across the Grove, shoots, that goes high. Now picked up by Stankovic. In comes Stankovic. His man falls. Stankovic throws it back. Bedard shoots, hit the goal post. Ball back with it. Here's Stankovic. Logan Stankovic moves in. Back with it, Stankovic. Drops it back. A hard shot taken by Hines, and a save made by Guyan at a cross check at the end of the play against Slovakia. Canada's going to the power play with 34 seconds to go in the third period.
Setting up the shooters, gets out to Bedard, and he goes short side. He's got the spot, he's got Guyan beat, but he rings it off the bar. The heel release, and up and out.
Zellweger drops it back to Bedard. Rink wide to Gunther, who has a power play goal in the game. Gunther slings that back to Zellweger. Across to Bedard. Connor Bedard. Back for Gunther. Has a look back at Bedard. And Bedard holds and winds out. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Here's Gunther with it. Drops it back. Zellweger is shot off the stick over the glass and out. Winds it ahead to Bedard. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Connor Bedard winds in. Bedard pivots back and drops that for Zellweger. Zellweger for Bedard. Moves it and shoots. Guyan gets a glove on that. Bedard knocks it loose for Wright. Drops that back for Zellweger. In for Wright. Back for Zellweger. Across to Bedard. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Bedard moves it in for Wright. Shoots at the goal post. Gunther feeds it back to Bedard. Now Bedard winds back in. Bedard looks back to Gunther. Feeds across to Zellweger. Back for Gunther. Time winding down on the power play. Bedard back for Gunther. Looks across to Zellweger. Penalty's over. Here's Bedard. Walks it and fires around the line. Looks ahead, and Zellweger takes that away from Petrovsky. Banks it ahead. Bedard reaching for it. Pokes it by Nemitz. In comes Bedard. Connor Bedard stays on it. Shields off Nemitz. And Bedard works that free. Nemitz stays on him. Stankoven reaching for it. Pokes it loose. Stankoven works out. Goes between the legs. Stankoven back with it. For Zellweger. That's chopped away. Chaz now 2-on-1, but Stankoven back defending. Knocked that away. 2-on-1 the other way. Zellweger to Bedard. Connor Bedard winds in. Bedard still with a backhand shot. Guyan saves over the shoot. Oh, what a pad save by Guyan. Saved the game right there. Bedard drops it back. Quick with a shot. That's blocked by Petrovsky. And Wright taps it back to Zellweger. Lead pass to Bedard. Slovaks are changing. Bedard in. Shoots. Guyan save.
This is after Connor Bedard late in his shift had one. Zellweger, another. Guyan doing all kinds of acrobatics to keep it out. And there's the famous dragon pull from Bedard as well.
Nemitz looking for a chance. Lead pass for Stankoven. He drops it back to Bedard with a head of steam. In comes Bedard. Winds in. Bedard with a look. Guyan down. Bedard still with it. Throws that back to Clark. Frank Clark. Tied up. Drops it back. In comes Bedard. Bedard shoots. Guyan the save. And Bedard holds the line. Bedard back with it.
is out of this world. Check it out. There's one. There's two. And one more. He dances the entire team in overtime. It must be his 5th shot. After so many chances, he gets it back, and he wants to try guys one-on-one. You should not be able to do this against this level of competition.
On the night he overtakes Jordan Eberle for the most goals for Canada World Junior, he does what Eberle did. He scores big goals.
That is a goal for the ages. We will see this one for years. It had to be him.
It's his
All
tournament.
those looks. It's his tournament. It's his world. We're just living in it.